Well, greetings. All right, here's for the chat questions. All right. Hello, blessings. I didn't turn that off. I thought that muted me. I guess not. Okay, here we go. Greetings. This is Redmond. Blessings from Sirius B, from the Black Federation of Light. I can't speak. Yes, blessings. I cannot speak. Either way. Okay, I am ready when you are.
Hi, Redmond. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Okay, so first we're going to go with Amy. Amy 555. I want to know if the reptilians living underground in Utah are working with the leaders of the Mormon churches to control its members. Are some of the leaders of the Mormon church actually reptilians? And what percent of the church leaders' intentions for their members are spiritual growth versus control?
The control is 5%, but realize that's quite a big number. As for your Mormon race, and yes, they are underground. And yes, many of them are not friendly. Some of them are. They're trying to bring more peace. And it does work. So there is help there. And also help for those to escape also. Unfortunately, I believe some have to escape. It is not easy to get out of a confinement like that, unfortunately. But yes, there is a strong control. And the controlling factor around this Mormon energy is to convince those that are doing this religion to feel like they are doing right, even when it's not morally right. As for belittling the females and feel like the males are always dominant. I believe that is a strong energy with them at this time. But there's much positive energies that are trying to assist this to change its old ways. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Amy. What messages are there for me?
Yes, to keep exploring. Yes, you want to explore things, and that's excellent. You are learning more about yourself. You are like doing detective work from what I see. And that is great, because you're exploring more. I do see you connecting more to the ancient histories of this world. I believe you get a vibration. At least this is what I see. I see you seeing an alternative history that has not been in your history books of your planet. And I would write that down, or just to remember it or something, because it is very valuable. Because what your Earth is being told is incorrect, of course. You're getting a small portion of your history. Blessings to you, much love.
Thank you. Next is Maggie 111. Hello. Any messages from my guides, father, great-grandmother Justina, higher self, or my life's angel?
Yes, Justina says to bring more humor into your life. Go to a comedy club or go somewhere to laugh, listen to comedy. It will help your vibration. Also help you less focus on your life and bring more joy into it. Sometimes you think too much about your life and others, and it brings you down. To lighten up your energy, That is up to you, of course. You do whatever you want. Well, if some sort of humor would be good for you at this time. That is the message of this.
Okay, second question for Maggie. Any messages from my son's higher self?
You are doing well as for this one's education. As for his upbringing, you're doing excellent. No one's perfect, but still, you are getting high marks in the spirit world. And also, but you are learning a great deal from him also. So you are partners in crime as your higher self, in a good way, of course. As in many ways, you can say you're soulmates, but it's not in the way of, it is a spiritual bond. It is from many lifetimes. Palladian, reptilian, Arcturian, you've had a bond for some time. And good and bad, of course. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Moses. How many guides do I have? Are they all temporary? Do they change shifts or something? I thought I just had one main guide, Samson, and 2 guardian angels, Rick, Willie, and Sarah. Can you elaborate on this, as I'm a bit confused of who's around me?
Guides come and go, but your main guide always usually sticks around, but he doesn't always say his name. Like, hey, I am your guide. Every time they're asked about your guides, guides are not always putting up their hand and trying to get attention. It's for you to connect to them on your own for the most part, and you want to do this. But as for this, yes, you have many guides. They come and go. I believe that you have around 50, but remember, they're all coming and going. They're not all crowding around you all the time. They're there assisting you when you need assistance from their expertise. I believe you have 4 around you for the most time, but you can connect to several if need be. Blessings.
Okay, second one for Moses. Any messages from my higher self, Jesus?
Yes, they say to be patient with the young ones. As for children, I believe you are already. One moment. But to realize their preciousness, I believe you know that, and their innocence. And sometimes you want to have them grow up a little bit quicker than they need to. And that's not truly needed because they have plenty of time to grow up. The child in them is good for that to stay alive, because that's the inner child usually goes mute over time to allow that inner child to be alive. And of course, responsibility, but the inner child keeps the flame going on. As for joy and happiness, because so many in their world could become easily depressed and unhappy. That is all.
Okay. Next up is Marianne 9999. Any messages for me?
Yes, you've been connected to many Palladian vortexes at this time. As their energies have been around you, as for observing energies have been around you greatly, as you are a great teacher of them, as you assist the ascension process. Also, they say your psychic abilities, as for telepathy, is improving, even if you have not exercised it. They say that you are doing well. And as you test these abilities out, you'd be surprised what will come. Also, your mediumship seems to be quite strong, but you might not have any faith in that. It's hard to say at this time, but it is strong. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Marianne. I had a dream about some baby green chubby beings being created. They looked like caterpillars and they were growing. I was concerned about them and saw myself calling Ivan about this. Who were they?
One moment. She said these were caterpillars, correct?
Well, she says they're baby green chubby beings that look like caterpillars.
One moment. I believe these are of an insectoid race. They're at a different vibration. I'm getting the name of Monumentus. Yes, it's a very strange name, but that is typical. They are part of your Garcian energies, and they are teachers, and they aren't there to bring fear. I don't believe they did, but I believe you've connected to them before. There are some of them that are quite large, but these are very small. And these are insectoids that are, understand, what you see insectoid is different at different vibrations. So that is an insectoid race. And you can connect to their energies if you like. I believe you will see them again. That's all I have at this time.
Okay, next is Daria. Any messages from you to me tonight?
Yes, it seems like you have closure at this time. And your vibration might not fully understand that, but you're actually getting closure more than you realize. And that closure is helping your energy spread out to connect more with part of this universe. There's an archon energy that you are still exploring to fully understand. I believe, yes, Queen of the Archons, I believe that was part of your energy at one time. And you are understanding them more, bringing more of a positive energy to their race. As they are not entirely negative, but they're not exactly entirely helpful either on this planet. But also your knowledge of bringing insight into your humans in the next coming years. Blessings.
Okay. Second one for Daria. Any messages that would be fun to hear or explore?
Yes, your Palladian friends went to say that you were like a Samish girl on another planet, at least in Astral, for some time. Like one of those on roller skates. This is just a gag. That's what they're saying. Like you had in your 50s diners, that you did this in Astral, though. But you would like travel in space and stuff like that. Understand. Well, I believe you did it in Astral, though, but you traveled to other planets delivering sandwiches and stuff like that. It was a joke, though. I believe there's more to that, but either way, that's all I have. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Joyce S. Do I have any connections to the frog ET race?
Yes. One moment. Yes. Amphibian race. Yes. As some of them are 6 feet tall and do operate ships, and they're humanoid. Well, they have humanoid. Their bodies are just humanoid. They can, yes. As for what name, we can call it the frog race, that is fine. I believe it's a 6th density race that you're connecting to. Also, is a 4th density race. It's not always easy to connect to. I believe the one you're connecting to is a 4th density. A 6th density. The 4th density does have some drama going on at this time. But those that are friendly are very lovely to be around. Blessings.
Okay, second one for Joyce. Where is my art being channeled from?
At this time, it's Andromeda and from the Arcturians also, but very much Andromeda. It does seem like it's coming a little bit. It's coming from all over the place, but those are the two that are the strongest. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Angie77 or Angie S. Same thing. What am I doing in Astral? I always wake up tired.
One moment. You are connecting to reptilians. As for one of many that's making peace talks, but also it seems like you're going through sports with them. I'm not sure how you feel about sports, but you're warning of their sports. That's what they're saying. It is very unusual for your environment, but is also you're learning more about their culture. That is why. See yourself as an explorer, and you're just learning their ways as a Palladian being at this time. And you're just think of yourself in some ways like they say you're like an archaeologist, but of a extraterrestrial archaeologists, but learning of their histories, but to become part of their cultures also to know more about them. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Angie. My ears would ring frequently for the past 2 years, but lately it's slowed greatly. Could you tell me what's happening?
One moment. Before it was to get your attention, but now you have their attention. You have their attention. Either way. Either way, you're communicating more with them than you did in the past, unconsciously. And they're assisting you more. So it does not need for that. Sometimes they use that to raise your frequency to also let you know that they're nearby. Now you have an idea they always are nearby. They don't need that vibration anymore longer. But sometimes they do it for reasons. But they're not going into it.
Oh, okay.
At this time. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Chloe. I was falling asleep a few days ago and heard a loud male voice. Who was this?
One moment. It's a tall blonde Nordic. I get the name Antonio, but I don't. That is not his real name. But it is used for because it has the same vibration as his galactic name. And Antonio is there to assist you with their vibrations, as there's been a lot of tension around you at this recently. Blessings.
Okay, second question is for her mom. Her mom has a tooth infection. What is her body trying to tell her?
Is letting old vibrations out. Part of her is not letting go the negative side. Old ways are hard to be broken, is what I see vibrationally. But not to worry. I believe that will clear itself up. But yes, you're going through a vibrational shift at this time. That's all I can say at this time.
Okay. Next up is Wanda 11. Archangel Lucifer said we all come in with a color, which is a vibration. I would like to know what my color is and how this pertains to my life here as far as life purpose.
I believe you entered in as yellow, and now you are blue from what I see at this time. As for your life purpose, that is for you to discover. Humanitarian energies, I see much around you at this time, but this is for you to uncover the rest, the full depth of that understanding. Because your life is, yes, very much a mystery for good reason, because there's many lessons to be learned there. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Wanda. We have a neighborhood dog that is yellow and part bull mastiff. We had an intense storm 6 days ago. I see him almost daily and feed him and pet him. He's been missing since the storm. Can you tell me if he's all right or what happened to him? I call him Angus. Angus.
It does not seem like he's doing well at this time, but I believe he has somebody with him at this moment, from what I can tell at this time. I believe someone is watching over him right now. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Sandia. Who is my main guide and do I have any messages from them?
One moment. The name Rochelle comes through. And messages, think more of your opinions yourself. And sometimes you let others, their words, take over yours as they feel like sometimes their words are more important than yours. The more responsible, the more you put into your words as for belief, it will be over others, meaning you will have more strength. Because sometimes it does not seem that's not always the case, and some try to overpower what you have to say. They also show many flowers around you of energy, which is very lovely. Blessings.
Okay, her second question, this is for Sandia. In my dream last night, I remember being in a forest where everything but the trees were a vivid red color. Any information of this dream would be appreciated. Thank you to all, especially to Ivan.
These trees are actually part of your healing process at this time. You're also going through many portals of energy as for receiving more information from your guides. As for it's not always fully coming through, but this is a healing place you went to. I also see your energy around Yeshua's time period in those places that he was in his biblical timeline. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Harris Braden. Can you tell us anything about the pole reversal happening in roughly 9 years?
Yes, I will not put too much worry into that. Many beings of extraterrestrial are assisting your world at this time. I do not see a great change at all. There will be some, but I believe it will get colder in some areas for a little while. That where it's normally cold, it will be a little bit colder, but places that are very cold will also become more warmer. Such as your Chicago, sometimes it's very cold there. I believe it will have a warm energy around that. I will not put too much worry into this. It's been taken. It's not going to bring much change as I see at this time.
Okay. Second question for Harris. Are there any messages for me?
At this time, it seems like sometimes your mind is going too fast, but you can't fully think, and to sometimes even end a sentence correctly because your mind is already jumping to another thought. Right now, their guides are assisting you. You have much Martian energy around you. Your guides want you to know as you have many Martian lifetimes. Also, Pluto, lifetimes on Pluto, this is some time ago, though. During its early stages. One moment. And this time, in this timeline, on this planet, though, you're bringing this energy into this environment as for knowledge, because I believe you will go into a past life regression on your own and let others know what you're seeing, because you have a great history, as all do. What your guys are saying, your history, your galactic histories, give it time, but it will come through. Sometimes you'll get an image. You might see a frog person. You might see a Pleiadian. Just a quick image. That is your friends connecting to you, opening you up. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Diana T. I've been connecting with a blue whale. His name is Jeremiah, a rock star surfer dude taxi driver of inner space, and he says we can call him Jeremiah for short. A few days ago, I was doing a chakra healing with Raphael and Jeremiah. While I was connecting with Raphael, Jeremiah swam up to my throat chakra, and I saw a whirling vortex of sky blue and white. Jeremiah would like to offer Ivan his business card for a free ride to the chakra of your choice. Would Jeremiah have a message about how to get the most benefit from his space taxi service?
Yes, the humor is excellent. The humor, yes, awakens all chakras, and to get to this being will assist others, bringing more humor into your healing abilities. Many of those of the galactic communities that are learning how to heal can use much more humor in their healing abilities. That is basically not to take it too seriously. Because sometimes you laugh it off. As for this dimension, you're laughing off a lot of what's going on in your spiritual energies. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Diana. Last night I had to lie down and relax for 20 minutes because my chest hurt and my solar plexus was sore. This happens a few times a year. Is this related to the chakras, and is there something I could add to my healing? Thank you. Much love.
One moment. Yes, there's a silver plating energy around you. A silver Pleiadian energy around you at this time that's assisting you. But yes, you're going through, understand, when this is happening, you're going through a past life regression, meaning you're remembering a lifetime, but you're not fully remembering it. It's coming up in your soul charts. It is a bump in your road. If you do a meditation to ask for this lifetime to be seen, I believe it will, and will be able to heal you. That way you do not have this problem anymore. There are actually 2 or 3 lifetimes that are stuck, and they finally release, but then they come back and get stuck again. Blessings.
Okay, so that's it for the first chat. We're going to head over to the second chat room. It's just reloading on me, so I'll just ask one of my questions. Oh, no, here it comes. Sorry about that. Oh, I might have to. Okay,
Yeah.
So recently I purchased, they're called Boji balls, Boji, Boji
Yes.
balls, and they're supposed to balance out masculine and feminine energy. I don't know which one's male and which one's female. Apparently one of them's male and one of them's female. But I was just wondering if you could tell me what your take on these Boji balls is.
All right. It does not matter which one is male or female. It depends on how much energy you put into it. As for allowing it to bring healing to you, some call it just bogus and don't connect to them at all. But yes, they do. They are very similar to your stones on your planet. They do have a positive energy. They do help you in your solar plexus. They also help you remember your past lives, as it does bring a joy into your energy field, releasing much negativity. I do see also a lot of Saturn energies around that also. That Saturn energy is very healing. Saturn's not always known for that, but yes, Saturn is very healing. As I believe that energy of those balls comes from. They come from different realities, but they have a Saturn energy that can unlock much negativity and give you a balance when you feel like you're unbalanced. Blessings.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, next is from Lucy Jake. I want to know who my star family is and also what the thing is they found in my spine. They say it is cancer, but I don't think it is. I think it has something to do with what happened to me when I was 6. Any messages from my guides? Well, the messages from guides can be second. We'll do that as a second question. So would like to know who the star family is and what they found in her spine.
One moment.
And I believe the doctors found it in her spine.
As for one moment, well, I believe she has a Pleiadian star family. She has actually very much Sirian energies around her, but her Pleiadian is very strong at this time. Also, Feline from your Squirrens. But as for what is in her spine, I believe it's a lot of on a galactic energy. It is of reptilian and Zeta Gray interactions from her past. and they were very negative. I believe she was trying to get away from them in her past, and I believe they were around her during her childhood also, causing much ruckus, as they wanted to capture her, pull her into their world, their frame of mind at least, and she refused to do so. And I believe that stress caused this type of what it caused. That's what I see galactically. Blessings.
Okay, and then her second question would be any messages from my guides.
Yes, you're going through many tests in this life, just as everyone else, but also growing more with your galactic families and also seeing more understanding, more of yourself. Also, you have a yell energy that's very strong. As for musical taste and vibration, you can bring the yell energies to your voice as for galactic languages. As for basically connecting to the yell energies and just saying whatever it is, it doesn't most likely won't make any sense. But it is a song. Their song can help heal you and also heal others. You also have a strong connection to whales. The ones that, I believe you know which whales. I will leave you with that. But you have a strong connection with them. As for protecting them and also being a friend of theirs. One moment. They're also showing kangaroo energies here on this planet as you're very connected to that species also. It's a very healing family. I believe you pick up on that. That is all at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Bratty Boy. First question. There is a natural bacterial flora in every plant. Yeshua said that flaxseed is a very good probiotic. I wish to know what kind of bacterial species are in flaxseed's naturally occurring bacterial flora.
One moment. Yes, they have a healing energy that's not quite fully understood in your environment. They do connect to the chakras of this planet also. I understand I'm giving you a galactic answer here because I have to only have so much energy for breath also. But they do connect to the vibrations of Mother Earth, and they connect to an energy that is, if you connect to it right psychically, yes, you can bring healing. They do have a healing process already, but you can psychically connect to it and feel the healing powers and use that energy for yourself and for others. That is all I have energy for. Blessings.
Okay, so the next question is from the same person, Bratty Boy, and it's about the bacterial flora.
Yes.
So if I want to propagate them in a fermented beverage, what should I add to it besides flax itself to enhance the propagation of the beneficial bacteria? Do they like fruit juice or almond milk, for example? What should they add it to?
Fruit juice would be fine. One moment. One without preservatives, of course. When it's more natural, orange juice would be good. Any type of natural without the chemicals on our planet would do well. I believe a mixture will do well with that. And also your intentions with it, you can send an positive intention to it also to heal it. That way when it enters your body, it has a healing effect. Blessings. But it technically works with anything. Even those with chemicals, such as your orange juice sometimes does, as it's been saturated, it's gone through its processing. You can also heal that also if you like, before you add it to it. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
On a galactic energy, 1 moment. Yes, you have Mother Mary's energy around you, it seems. Also, you are connecting with the Galactic Federation light. I believe as a feline at this time. You change your form, it seems, when need be. There's also many aspects, but I see a feline version of you within the Galactic Federation of light as for assisting this planet in its awakening process. Also, I see your energy around Russia at this time. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I do see your energy around there at this moment as we're bringing a more positive energy. That is what I see at this time. Blessings.
Okay. She also asks, are there any messages for my sister Mary from our sister Patricia, who crossed over this last Sunday?
Only that she wished she can live in this incarnation longer, but it was her time to go. Also, she is doing well at this time. She's also sending you love as you are feeling lonely at this time and feeling somewhat lost, and she is sending energy for you. And she did cross over quite quickly from what I'm seeing at this time. She is doing well. She's with many angels at this time. She is going through, you can call it like a hibernation of angels. They're all around her, protecting her, loving her, assisting her. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Freddie Kulit, and he asks, during my light language this week, on Monday and Tuesday, Dutch, what are all the energies I was connected to?
Pleiadians at this time also are Arcturians, but the Pleiadians at this time seem to be helping him with the fusions as you're connecting more clearly to the stars. One moment. Yes, the energy of Pegasus in your skies, in your the star system, they have many messages for you, but mostly those are private from what I'm seeing. But you have a long connection in that area of your galaxy.
Okay, next up is Crystal Eve Snow. Does my spirit guide Jacob have any messages for me?
Only that you are eating the right foods. Also, you are seeing yourself in a better light than ever before. One moment. You have many Pleiadian guides around you at this time. Extraterrestrial assistance. Also, there's a gray around you, a short one that's warning your ways. It's like it is a hybrid child. I don't believe it's your hybrid child, but it is one that's warning from. I get the name Mesh, but I don't believe that's his. Well, either way, it's humorous to him. Blessings.
Okay, her second question is for her friend Danielle, and she wants to know what is the race of the ET energy in the hills of Hendersonville, North Carolina, where she lives.
Arcturian, reptilian, Yael. And they're all getting along, just so she knows. There is some Lyran, but it's mostly those three. Yes, that's it. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Thomas Peterson. He says, going to bed yesterday, I could feel something touching me and being present. What was this?
I believe your spirit guide. And also, Angel Raphael was there. Michael is around, but he is distant at this moment. Blessings.
Okay, second question. What am I up to in Astral lately? I've been having some strange dreams, driving cars which break down, and walking around strange places. Much luck.
Yes, you are connected to the Pleiadian Alliance at this time. You are assisting the Arcturians to make a truce with them, a friendly connection with the Arcturians as for allowing this earth to heal as it's been kept away from its healing processes. I do see your connection with the Arcturians very strong as you are one of them at this moment assisting. And it does bring a lot of, yes, crashing cars, yes. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Debbie M. Will I be living closer to my family in the future?
It's up to you at this time, but there's a high possibility, but it's up to you. It does seem like financially it might be kind of a pain, but it does seem like it's likely, but it's still up to you. I do see you wanting to go other places. So the energy is up to you. Blessings.
Okay, second for Debbie. Can you please explain who the true Lucifer is? Is he a dark negative being or one of light?
There's different aspects of him. He is one of light, but there's also a dark aspect as there is of all of you also. But he chose to be part of this reality, connecting to its darkness. Understand, he was bringing much assistance. And many saw that positive energy and turned to darkness. There is much more to it than that. But he is learning from you as you are learning from him. But there is a positive side to him, most definitely. Even those of dark energy have a positive side to them also. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Ra. And do I have any messages?
Yes, it seems to be a normal. You are connecting to the reptilians, bringing a positive energy as for on this earth, but also you're reconnecting to your ancient Egypt side as you're learning more about yourself. And I believe in this information, your Egypt lifetimes will start coming through. Also ancient Greece, but see the Egyptian side that has been hidden as it's very alien, as for many ships in the skies. It is not what's being told in your history. And I see you connecting to that at this moment. As for that going into your reality, that's up to you. I believe your meditation will open that doorway and it will go much further also to Atlantis and before Atlantis also. That is up to you to connect. Through a meditation, you can also have ask that information come through also. Give it time. But you feel this energy around you. It's up to you to believe it or not. And it is the truth, but it is up to you to make that choice. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Ra. Did the Prime Creator and Kermit the Mantis connect with me telepathically yesterday? If they did,
yes.
What are their messages?
Yes, just to lighten up a little bit. You're taking things a little bit too seriously, but not to be bad. That you're very much like them, that you have a very livelihood about, you're very all just excitement about you don't always show. And in Astral, you're doing, yes, you're like a crazy person in Astral, basically. They don't know how to tell you that without freaking you out. But in a good way, that you're very much like them. Very humorous. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Vasco, and he asks if there are any messages.
A moment. Interesting enough, I see the energy of St. Peter around you at this time as he's bringing assistance to you, as you've had incarnations with St. Peter in your past. And those were not easy lifetimes either. And the lifetime that's been recorded on your planet is not entirely correct. It is for you to find its truth within yourself. Yes, that was very strong. Yes, you definitely have a connection with him. And he's assisting you at this time, but there is much you can discover about yourself. Blessings.
Okay, Vasco also asks, my friend Chris wants to know if he has any hybrid children and what are their names.
Their names are up to you. At this time, I see a Zeta Gray hybrid child, a Nordic child of the Nordics, of the tall blondes, a hybrid child for there. I believe that's male. The gray is male also. There's also a mantis being of a hybrid. Yes, they do exist. A hybrid child of a mantis. That is more female energies. One moment. A Sirian hybrid child. Actually, you have a couple of them. 2 boys and 1 girl. There are other hybrid children, but that is up to you to name them and discover their ages. I'll let you connect with that. Blessings.
Okay, Symmetry asks, are there any messages for me?
One moment. Even if sometimes you don't seem like you have patience, you do have patience, and yes, they might be tested greatly. Also, your guys are saying they're showing math. And they do see you will accomplish what you want with this math. And also, yes, it's very frustrating. I'm not sure if you're doing math right now, but they do show it. And you will accomplish what you're here to accomplish. As for your schoolings, that, of course, that's up to you. But they do see you accomplishing it with flying colors. As frustrating as it might be, but they do see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's also a female energy around you at this time. I believe in your dimension, in your world, that's been paying attention to you. They might not fully know it. Not in a bad way, of course. Lessons.
Okay. Symmetry, second question. Are there any positive beings that are connected to me who don't agree with me going to college and rather I change my path right now because the information I'm learning is useless and expensive and something I don't resonate with? If so, I'd rather they be my guides.
Well, what they say is what you got to do is right for you, of course. And just to look at alternatives and to build up that alternative the best you can. Basically, what they're saying is the choice is always up to you. A moment. And it is basically what they're saying for a smooth sailing away from your college. It is good to have a follow-up, a direction that is clear to you. It would be good for you and also for others. But they said also that would be accomplished. Yes, the finances might not be the best, but it can be accomplished. So that's up to you. But it is up to you, though. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Alex, 78, and their question, does my mother have any messages for me?
Yeah, she says music is an energy that can bring you closer to her. Listen to the old music that she used to listen to. If you wish to reconnect to her, help very much because her presence is around you, but it might help you bring that connection closer. That way you hear the messages. And you might not hear it from the spirit world, but mostly in the lyrics and the music is one way to connect to her. She also shows roses. And that is all. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Alex, 78. Do you have any messages for me?
Yes. One moment. Yes, your life is, may not be perfect, but it could be worse. But yes, you're doing well. Also, your confidence level is quite high at this time. Even that you might not see that, but I do see it doing better than many others that you are around at this time. Laughter is a great teacher, a great releaser also, as you have heard probably in the other previous answers or questions, whatever you want to call it. But laughter also from you. As for joking around, your guides are joking with you around all the time. You might not feel that vibration. Also, it does seem like connecting with nature will help you connect more to your guides. As for a bike ride, a walk, or something around those manners, as for what you are not normally doing, to change your routine, whatever it is, maybe on your weekend, will help you greatly in your direction as for your spiritual awakening process. And there's many Palladian energies around you at this time, and they all love you. That's all. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Xiao Ma. My guides took me to a temple of light yesterday and met a few ascended masters. Can my guides reveal what was discussed in the meeting?
Great amount of secrecy, of course, but your health and well-being. As for your timeline, they do say you are on a very positive timeline. And that temple is showing you are of great success, basically. That is all they're saying at this time. Blessings.
Second question for Xiao. Any messages from my guides regarding the progress of my healing conditions?
I see a lot of insectoid energies around you at this time. They're actually assisting you as for your awakening. Insectoids can be very positive if you connect to. Yes, there are crystal-like insectoids around you. Crystal-like mantis, yes, is very strong with you. Very funny. And yes, you don't know what to hear. He has a crude humor. I'm not going to go into that, but I'll let you connect to that. As for, yes, this has to be PG. Either way, it's also assisting you on your healing abilities. As a crystal-like mantis is very rare for one to appear, but it's very strong with you. Of course, for anyone else, you'd always be more than welcome to connect to them. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Donna Rakes, and she asks, I would like to know the connection I have with my friend Chip.
The name was Jim, correct?
Chip. C-H-I-P.
Ah,
Chip.
that's what I thought. I wasn't sure. Oh, a lot of Pleiadian connections there. Also Arcturian, very much Arcturian. Arcturians with music and also a lot of information of your universe was within the two of you as Arcturians, as you were teachers of others, but used music as for the teaching. Used music as for the way of teaching. What do you feel from this vibration? And also, there's much more to that. And I can only say so much at this time as for vocal issue. I believe you understand where I'm going with that. I would leave you with that. But yes, you have many Pleiadian connections, but Arcturian is very soul connecting. Very beautiful there. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Donna. Can you tell me what or who has been coming through the portal on my property? What is their desire to come to this place on Earth?
At this time, there's one moment. It is Pleiadian, but they're looking out. One moment. There's a lot of they're looking out for many reptilians, it seems. They're going to that portal because they are clearing the area, because there was a negative reptilian energy around there at one time. And they're making sure that it will not come back. That's how I see by that vibration. But they're taking it very seriously. It's part of the Earth Ascension as for clearing out negativity. It's not just reptilian, there are others, but lessons.
Okay, next up is Gray Joyride. Do I have any incarnations as a healer or peace or awareness bringer, as Anunnaki or as reptilian?
Yes, both on both of those. Also Sirian. As a Sirian healer, you would use your hands and place your hand over the being and clear out negativity easily, very quickly, almost as if your hand was very glass-like, because it was reflecting the negativity, but also releasing it greatly into the glass, clearing it out. You also had many lifetimes as a water-like being within the Sirian races, where you do not necessarily have a body, or more of like an ocean energy consciousness with the Sirian race. Because your ocean does have a consciousness also. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Gray Joyride is, are there any messages from my higher self?
Just believe more in yourself. As for the messages coming through, it takes time to fully realize this is all truly coming through. And yes, it's going to make your world look very dull compared to what you are seeing. It's because this reality is of a controlled nature, but you are connecting to the free world as it is, and what you are connected to is correct. And there's so much more that you are learning about yourself. It is lovely. Blessings.
Okay, so my name is Stacy again. I'm going to ask my second question. So I feel comfortable enough to talk to you about this. So I'm feeling a lot of challenge surrounding my relationship at this time. Just the feeling of the difference of energy levels between my boyfriend and I. Like I feel like energetically we're just not at the same level right now.
Yeah.
And that's causing a lot of challenges, but I'm also trying to be, I guess, not so much patient, but just understanding in that we're in two different places, just energetically.
Yes.
And based off awareness and perception of reality. And so I'm wondering, like, is he going through like a deep healing that I don't know about, or something that's going on to keep him in dense energy or dense perception?
What I see is honesty. As for what you are seeing, all of this disconnect is good for him to hear because he doesn't fully understand it. He is going through a lack of understanding of what you are seeing and believing. He is focused on, I believe, more job than understanding what is going on. So part of him is still part of the third density energy is what might seem what you are talking about. As for this vibration he is going through, one moment. He is learning about himself. He's not sure if he's liking what he is seeing also. I believe he is seeing visions, but he's pushing them off. He's not fully seeing himself as he's not prepared for it. That's probably what you're feeling. His abilities are awakening, but I believe he's put a stop to it, is from what I see. He might not be consciously doing it, but I believe I see him doing it. He's not ready to see the full self. So that's what you are seeing. And so you have that imbalance. That is what I see at this moment.
So do you have any advice on how to move through that? Because I don't want to end the relationship because of it. I feel like this is just kind of like a phase or a part of the ascension. So I don't want to just end things because of that. So if there's any advice to just move through it, that would be great.
Yes, it's one moment. Yes, to talk to him, to basically, and meditation with each other would be good. As for basically, I see you can do I believe you have the ability that you can do a past life regression with him. Basically, do a meditation with him, have him sit down, and walk him through it if he's allowing that to happen. I believe he will, but he has to be very honest of what he's seeing. You can do like a guided meditation. Some do a heavy hypnosis. If you want to do that, I believe you have the ability to do that also. We don't necessarily have to do that, but that would be good because there's a lot he is not letting out. He's not fully ready, but I believe doing this will help greatly. But lets you figure out what is right there. But if he allows these things to come through, it will help your relationship greatly. As he's finally, it's like he's walking like a Coke bottle, but the bottle cap isn't opened up yet. And letting all that stuff out. And it would help. He's holding a lot of stuff in. The more he lets out, the more peaceful he'll become and easier to deal with. So hopefully this makes some sense.
Yeah, it does very much. There's big fear around vulnerability.
Oh yes, he's afraid of what he might see. Especially if his lifetimes as him as a female, he might not like that very much. But I see those. But also the negative stuff would be good to release also. It just being, yes. But he's doing pretty good for someone. He's doing very well. But yes, you can do better, of course.
Okay, thank you so much, Redmond. I've taken enough of Ivan's time for the night. So thank you so much.
Hopefully that will work out greatly for you. But yes, I do see it working out well in the long run.
Okay, thank you so much.
Much love to you all.
You too.
Yes, I'm trying to speak through this one. Much love to you all. Blessings and good night. Okay, greetings. All right, much love. Blessings, everyone.